Hi guys, this is KlazartSC bringing the audio commentary, and this time I'm commentating on the OSL round of 16 matchup, day 3. This is going to be Flash versus Jaedong, guys. This is the big one. It's going to be on Return of the King, an aptly named map for this Clash of the Titans. We've got Flash in yellow at the bottom right hand corner of the map at the 7 o'clock position, and Jaedong in blue at the top right hand corner of the map in the 1 o'clock position. For me, guys, Flash versus Jaedong is a rivalry that never has been, or the rivalry that could have been. Neither of these two guys really had that era of dominance that lasted for a good period of time where they were the most dominant player. They were both the ones to beat for a while, but they never really had the sort of dominance that we've seen from Bisu in the past, and Savior in the past, and Boxer before them a long time ago, and Nada, and all the other players that have had reigns, a couple season-long reigns at least. We didn't really see that from Flash and Jaedong, in my opinion. And unfortunately, it just seemed to me that when one was in prominence, the other would fade away a little bit, and vice versa. And we've never really had a situation where both players have been the absolute tearing apart everyone else, and only really facing off against each other in the finals and being the ones to beat. There are other players that are still the ones to beat. Bisu is the one to beat, Fantasy is the one to beat. Jaedong, arguably the best Zerg player playing right now. I know Savior fans will hate me for saying this. I'm a huge Savior fan, but I think we have to accept that on current form, Jaedong is the best Zerg player playing right now. Flash, arguably the best Terran player playing right now. I think Fantasy fans will contest that very strongly, and I think they would have a very good case to make. So Flash's position as the top representative of his race, a little more tenuous than Jaedong's. Jaedong has gone for what looks like a 12 hatchery build. Flash with the advanced racks, they do have cross positions here, which might mean that Flash would have had that little bit extra distance to travel if he was trying to put pressure on Jaedong early on. But with that fast racks, Jaedong might find himself in a little bit of trouble here once Flash's SCV gets there, and Flash has got a second SCV coming as well. Jaedong only now starting the spawning pool, and Flash, we could potentially be seeing a repeat of Huashin versus Zero in terms of a bunker rush here, guys, because Flash is getting that SCV in there. He's going to see that Jaedong's only just started up his spawning pool. He's got a Marine out as well, and he's going to see this as an opportunity to put pressure on Jaedong early on. Jaedong, however, is not exactly Zero, and he has one of the most fearsome Zerg micros that I've seen in a long time from any Zerg player, I have to admit. And if anyone will be able to defend it, it would be Jaedong. Jaedong has seen that now with his second Overlord. He's seen the Marine coming, immediately pulling the drones off the line. He's left only about 3 or 4 drones in his base. Flash has got 2 SCVs and Marines, and this is going to be the critical battle here between these two guys. Jaedong coming out with a bunch of drones, forcing Flash back, attacking the bunker. Flash pulled out yet again. Jaedong now trying to circle around, and this is going to be critical here. Jaedong managed to trap a couple of the SCVs. The SCVs escape. Jaedong pulling the drones around the side. Jaedong so far hasn't taken too much damage on those drones. Flash, but now 3 Marines trying to take those drones down. Jaedong circling, manages to take out one of the SCVs, takes out the second SCV, loses a drone in the process, but he takes out 2 SCVs, and now the bunker is unfinished. Flash is not going to be able to finish that bunker. Jaedong's got Zerglings coming as well. Flash has only got the 3 Marines. He manages to push Jaedong's drones back, but he now is forced to cancel the bunker because he's not got another SCV on the way, and Jaedong very effectively repels that attack from Flash. Jaedong very skillfully and effectively repelling Flash's attack, now starting up his lair, and Flash, well, I mean, he didn't commit too many resources to that, but generally when you go for that sort of, and Jaedong, when you go for that sort of build, you can find yourself in a little bit of trouble. But it looks like Jaedong is going for a 2-base build here. I guess he realized that Flash is only on the 1 base, and Flash has stopped mining gas, guys. Flash, could we be seeing another fast expand from Flash? He is building his factory, but he stopped mining the gas, and maybe Flash feels that Jaedong, having defended that early bunker rush, will be in a strong position and will put another hatchery down, go for a typical Zerg, and bunker down and go for a 3-hatch build, and that he needs to build a command center to keep up. But he could be really shooting himself in the foot here. We might be potentially seeing a repeat of the whole Yarnak thing all over again. Jaedong has got that creep calling down. He's got that sunken down because Flash does have a group of Medican Marines floating around. But Jaedong just seems to kind of, I mean, if Jaedong had the vision that I have of Flash's base right now, of seeing that Flash is not mining the gas, has put the factory down, and might potentially be fast expanding, and he is fast expanding, guys. He is going for 1 fact into CC, and if Jaedong could see this, then Jaedong's build right now would almost be the perfect counter to take advantage of this. Jaedong's got his lair up. I still don't see the 3rd hatchery for Jaedong, guys. It'll be interesting to see if he does put that spire down, and he has indeed put that spire down in his natural expo, and I don't think Flash knows this is coming. So Flash is going to be surprised here, and it's going to be very close. I think the difference is that this time around, Flash does have those Marines that he put out. He's floated his factory off as well. Flash is going to be in trouble, guys. He has started mining gas again, and now he's put his factory down. He's put the machine shop down. But Jaedong's Spire is halfway done, and Flash, I don't think, is aware of this, and Flash will be in a world of trouble here, guys, if he's caught off guard again. And, you know, coming into this matchup, both of these players would have come in with varying degrees of confidence. Jaedong obviously having summarily dismissed effort from his presence with his monster Mutalist Micro, and Flash, unfortunately, succumbing to Yarnak, thanks to his creed and motto of I am Flash and I don't need to defend early game and I can overexpand as much as I want and get away with it. Actually, I should have read that poster. I was too busy moaning about Flash and lamenting about what Flash has been up to recently in his games. But I'm really worried for Flash here, guys. I do feel he's in a slightly better position. He's got about 7 Marines there. He's building his armory, so he does anticipate the Mutalist coming out from Jaedong. But I just feel that he's cutting it a little bit close here, and Flash has paid the price for cutting corners. Jaedong's Spire is up, and it's going to be a very fine thing between these two guys. Jaedong has got that Zergling in Flash's natural expo, so he's definitely sure of what Flash is going for if he wasn't sure already. And obviously, if Flash was going to put pressure on him, he would have put pressure on him earlier on. Flash does have a couple of vultures. He might take the Zergling down, and Flash is not able to put that command center down. But it just feels to me like Jaedong has really read Flash's strategy and build here. Flash now is building his academy almost complete as well. He's almost got his engineering bay complete. I would say that the engineering bay should be just about finished right about now. Those Mutalists are coming out. Flash is putting some spider mines around the pad just to prevent Jaedong from reinforcing his Mutalists with Zerglings. He's got a Goliath out as well. I do feel Flash is in a slightly better position than he was versus Yarnak to defend this. And if he can defend this, he will come out on top. And, you know, if Flash defends it successfully and wins, we will say he's a genius. If he doesn't and loses, it's going to be back down to what are you doing, Flash? Flash sending a couple of vultures out just to probably try and do some harassment on Jaedong while Jaedong's Mutalists are in here. Flash so far holding Jaedong's Mutalists off. In this first volley, he managed to repel Jaedong's attack with the Goliath and the Marines, and he's getting a bunker down his natural expo as well. He's got building a turret in his main. Jaedong managed to snipe the SCV that was building a turret. Flash brings his units back around, forces Jaedong away again, and this is the cat and mouse game being played here between these two players, but I'm not sure who is the cat and who is going to be devoured as the mouse right now, or whether who is the mouse will turn into the cat. This is just absolutely crazy between these two guys. Flash has got a medic out as well now, and I have to say, it's starting to look like Flash just might have what it takes to hold his defense this time around. Flash, with his vultures, trying to catch Jaedong off. If Jaedong was using the Mutalist to put another expansion out, but Jaedong is really committed all in here. This is do or die for Jaedong, and I feel if you're going to go for a build like this against Flash, you've got to be do or die. And Jaedong is overwhelming Flash here, guys. Jaedong has taken out all of Flash's ground forces. He has taken out the 3 Goliaths and the entire medic and Marine force. He has done it. Jaedong, with some brilliant Mutalist Micro, using the cliffs to perfect advantage, has taken out all of Flash's ground forces, and Flash is left vulnerable. He is exposed yet again to Jaedong's Mutalisks, and I'm not sure if he's good. It looks to me like he's gonna go down again, guys. It looks to me like Flash is gonna sink once more. He has got more turrets up. He's got another 4 Marines and a Goliath out, but Flash is really on the edge of the cliff here. He's hanging on by the merest millimeters of his fingernails, and all Jaedong needs to do is plant his foot down on Flash's hand and send him hurtling down to the depths below. Jaedong coming in for another pass with his Mutalist, and now just harassing with impunity. Jaedong with some great Mutalist Micro, and he's taken out again all of the Marines. One of the Goliaths survives with barely any health in red, and Flash is just in a desperate situation right now. If Jaedong can get those Zerglings through, I feel that there will be curtains definitely for Flash, and the only thing that has been keeping Jaedong at bay, and Jaedong with a great mind drag with the Zerg gets rid of the mines, and now the Zerglings are through on the ramp. Flash trying to block the Zerglings with the SCVs on the ramp, but Jaedong is going to be able to barrel through here. Jaedong pushing up, Flash with the turret still to help him. He's only got the 2 Goliaths, he's got no Marines. He once again just about manages to hold his defense, but the Zerglings are continuing to pour in. Reinforcements continue to pour in for Jaedong. He managed to pick off another turret, and that bunker is empty and now vulnerable. Flash has got no Marines. He's only got the 1 Goliath left. Jaedong picked off the second Goliath as well. Another Marine out, dies as soon as it pops, and just the 1 Goliath left with a couple of turrets for support and SCVs to hold off the Zerglings in front of it. A second Goliath pops out. Jaedong trying to focus it down, and Jaedong takes that Goliath down with a couple of Zerglings and Mutalists, and Jaedong has been relentlessly hunting those Goliaths and Marines down one by one, assassinating them, just headshots being fired from Jaedong's Mutalists all the time, damaging critical components and taking them down. And now more units continue to arrive from Jaedong. Jaedong obviously, because of his higher production in terms of military units, he's just using all of his larvae for Mutalists and Zerglings, whereas Flash has only got the 1 factory and the 1 racks. Flash desperately using those SCVs to fight, and Jaedong has just not allowed Flash, once he took down that initial force, he hasn't allowed Flash to build up anything beyond a couple of Goliath's Flash with the one Vulture and the one Goliath left, but he's got no Marines to support, and Jaedong's economy is in pretty strong shape, guys. He's got a decent sized economy going for a 2-hatchery build, and he's just continuing to pump those units out, and Flash looks like he's going to go down yet again. I've got to say, if this had been Yarnak instead of Jaedong, I think Flash might have been able to hold him off, but Jaedong has just displayed some amazing battle micro here, guys. That is just amazing micro by Jaedong. Jaedong now coming in for the killing blow, I feel, to Flash, coming in with the Zerglings. Flash forced to lift his natural CC. That one Goliath is all by its lonesome. It's been there for a while, but it's going to get taken down now. And Jaedong comes around from behind and takes him out. And that's going to be GG, guys. Jaedong is going to finish Flash off in this game, and I don't think there's anything Flash can do to come back in this game. He's defending desperately, but he accepts that he is now beaten. GG from Flash. Great game of StarCraft from Jaedong. 0-2 in his OSL group is Flash. Who would have thought the Terran Wonder Kid would succumb to such a fate? It certainly wouldn't have been me, but that loss to Yarnak is looking more and more costly by the day, and Flash no longer has control of his own destiny in this competition because he is now 0-2, and he could potentially win his remaining 2 games and still go out if Yarnak wins his games. Obviously, assuming Yarnak loses. Well, if Yarnak beats Jaedong, as I said, Flash's destiny is no longer in his own hands. He's going to have to rely on other people's results to make sure he can get through, and even then it won't be a sure thing. So this is Klazart, guys. Thanks for listening. What a great performance by Jaedong. He seemed to just completely anticipate what Flash was going to do and counter it